All I did was put my voice into a microphone. What happened next will blow your mind. Welcome to session number 2 of our Masterclass on clickbait. Hit it, James.
The Brad Johnson Show. 3, 2, 1, ignition, blast off. Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show.
I'm Brad Johnson, and I'm turning losers like you into winners like me.
The Brad Johnson Show with your host, Brad Johnson.
Get ready to start winning.
And now your host, Brad Johnson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming again to the Brad Johnson Show. Where else would you be? Honestly, James, where else would they be right now without this show?
Probably
Wasting their time.
Exactly. Somewhere else.
I'm your host, Brad Johnson. Here as always, James Kirkland, assistant to the host. Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show, where we turn losers like you into winners like me. So, people, this is the first two-parter episode. That is incredible. Okay?
That's a milestone.
Okay, so usually I have too much value to cram into one episode, and so I'm just like, I guess they'll have to survive without the value, because what can you do, okay?
Well, that's what we bring on guests, too, is to kind of water it down a little bit.
Yeah, just
and then
don't want heart attacks, okay? Yeah. Too much value causes heart attacks. Can't have that. So, but what we did this time is I feel like the audience needs this, you know? I feel like there's just so many poor clickbait writers out there.
Yeah.
That we need to help them. I need to help them because that's what I do.
Times,
exactly.
It's sad.
It is sad. So I'm going to pour my voice into your brain cavity here today. We're going to give you the second half of the masterclass. You do not want to miss this because, and remember to go back and listen to the first half of the masterclass, and that'll get you all the kind of introduction. So this might be a little too much in depth for you if you haven't listened to that episode. So go listen to that one first. Come back. I mean,
ease
obviously,
into it, folks.
Yeah,
Don't overexert yourselves.
Exactly. All right. So, you know, how's your week, James? How's things going for you?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. That's what I do. Is I ask questions and good questions.
You do.
Exactly. I'm an interviewer. Okay, a podcaster who
or a podcaster viewer.
Yes, exactly. That's the term I coined, and coined with money. You know, you see what
royalties
I did there? Yeah,
on
exactly.
Words.
All right, so this is the show. I help you salvage wreckage, your life. Tried and true answers, guaranteed to change your life, maybe for the better. All right, so let's before we get to the rest of the masterclass, I know you guys just can't wait, but let's just whoa there, Nelly. Let's just get into the word from our sponsor. Today's episode is actually sponsored by my books. Like I've said, I am many things. I'm an author, I'm a bard, I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, I'm a thought leader, an influencer, and so much more that if I just went on, that could be the rest of the podcast. But you guys know that, and it's important for you to know that. So go look up my bio, because knowing that stuff is important. But anyway, the books, okay? So I wrote books because sometimes when I say words, they go into your ears, and there's just so much emptiness inside there that they do just fall out your mouth or come out your ear when you're laying in bed. And that's just sad. So I put the words that I said into a book. And that book has words on a page so you can look at them and they won't just fall out of your ears. Okay? So the books are sponsoring the podcast today. We have so much salesmanship of the books. They are selling everywhere and all over the place. So it is all about the books. And if you get one and it changes your life, then you will know what I'm talking about right here.
And let me tell you, folks, as a ghostwriter, even just doing my part in this process, the amount of value I pulled from these books is phenomenal. I can't highly recommend them highly enough.
Exactly.
So
he really can't.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at him right now, and I can tell that he can't highly recommend them highly enough.
I'm trying.
So yeah, get the books. Like I said, he was the ghostwriter, so you could see through him to me, who is actually the actual writer. That's how ghosts work. So thank you to me for sponsoring this episode of the podcast, and thank you to me from you guys for writing these books, because they're going to change your life. Okay. So my first one, how to start winning and stop losing in life. It's like a New York Bugle, like number 1 bestseller for however many years in a row. I can't even keep track. So go ahead and get the book. Go to bradjohnsonshow.website/book and be sure to pick up a copy. It will change your life. Maybe even for the better. All right, great sponsor today, as always. Probably the best because it's me. All right, so here is the rest of the masterclass with the guru of gurus, me. Enjoy. All right, James. So, okay, so that just really, I totally nailed it on that one. Let's move on to the next point there.
Great. The next headline is 87-year-old trainer shares secret to losing weight.
Perfect. Okay. All right. This one is good because it points to something that is so vital. Okay. Losing weight. Okay. Anything on the internet?
I thought you were going to say the old part.
Well, we'll get to that. Okay. So it's both vital.
Okay.
But this is more vital than the other vitalness. So speaking of being vital, losing weight is the only way to be vital. Okay. So you want to have that trim entrepreneurial figure that you can put on Instagram. So anybody who is selling things online, losing weight, that's the best way to do it. It doesn't matter, like I said, if you're selling kidney stone medication, whatever it may be, you can market that as losing weight, okay? You can market anything as losing weight, okay? So anytime you can put it in that kind of a category, you're going to get more clicks, guaranteed. Okay, so the 87-year-old part, okay, why does that matter, okay? Because
it reminds people of their grandma.
Exactly. That is exactly right. And what do they think about their grandma?
They remember her baking cookies and how they would get too fat on them.
Exactly. That, plus, they love their grandma, okay? They love their grandma. And because of that, they automatically trust your ad.
Yeah.
So,
well, and my grandma was my personal trainer for a while.
Nice.
And
I can tell just by looking at you.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Okay. All right, so there's that one. Totally nailed that one as well. Let's move on to the next one.
Next headline. Bill Nye wasn't always the science guy. His story makes me like him even more.
Okay. All right. So this Bill Nye guy. Okay. So first of all, like this is classic clickbait because he calls himself the science guy, but he doesn't have a degree or anything like besides like something not sciencey. So
wow,
scam all the way. So that is like the perfect clickbait headline.
That's like a pyramid scam, basically.
Exactly, especially with the way his nose looks. I would say definitely pyramid scam. Okay, so Bill Nye wasn't always the science guy. Okay, so first, what you want to do is you want to destroy, like this goes back to challenging people's beliefs, but this is taking it to the next level where you destroy their paradigms, okay?
And their reputation.
Exactly, if you can. But you want to start with their paradigms, and so people are like, okay, Bill Nye, the science guy, it's true because it rhymes, okay? But it's not because...
Bill Nye, the liar guy.
Exactly.
Is more accurate.
Something like that. Okay, we could throw that in there. And if we did, then people are like, oh, wow, what? Oh my goodness, like, I never thought that this could be possible. So then you're like, okay, twisting their mind and like scrunching their brain up, and that really, it creates new neural like plasticness in their brain when you do that. And so then they want to click on the ad. It's how like mind science works. Exactly.
That is science.
And I know a lot about science. Unlike Bill Nye. So then his story makes me like him even more. So something like that where it's like, okay, he's a liar, but it makes me like him even more. You're creating that cognitive disconnectedness. And that is what you want in their brain. So it's more scrunching of the brain. It makes them think, it makes them click.
It rings the brain.
Yeah,
like
and anytime,
like a rag.
Anytime the brain does that, like you can just like see, like imagine it like twisting and that like moving your hand out. Okay, and that is the click right there. As your brain squishes, like you're just click right there. That's how it works. Okay, so think about that. Okay, destroy their paradigm, and then do something totally opposite. So it's like, he wasn't the science guy. He's a liar. He's awful, like bad. And you're like, but I like him. You're like, wait, what?
Whoa. Okay, that's such a rebellious thing to say.
Exactly. It is a rebel thing. All right, so what is the next one? There's some value there for you guys. Next one.
Next headline. When you read these 19 shocking food facts you'll never want to eat again. Now,
that's actually the title of my book.
That one actually makes me a little upset. Like that's like a personal attack.
Okay, but that was the title of my book. Like, how did that get in there? That shouldn't Okay, so this is somebody stealing from the master right here. Okay, so I wrote that book because it's important that people know these shocking food facts, and then it's a book that's informational, but then it's a diet plan at the same time. Because if you read these 19 shocking food facts you'll never want to eat again, you will lose weight. I guarantee it.
You'll never want to eat again, and that's for a certain period of time, right?
Well, not necessarily. It depends on how Instagram worthy you want to look. That's really what it boils down to. I mean, do you care or don't you? Okay? That's what I'm saying, all right? So obviously people like, you don't really care that much. But if somebody did, then they would stick to the diet, okay? So that's what it's all about. You'll never want to eat again. So it's lining something up for somebody to have the information they need to know and then make a life change based on that. So that is why this is a great clickbait headline, but it's also a great book title because I came up with it. All right? That's great. Let's move on to the next one.
It says, "This is not a joke. You may laugh, but you shouldn't. It's quite horrifying."
Yes. Okay.
Wow. It's that cognitive disillusionment again.
Exactly. That's what I called it. This is not a joke. You may laugh, but you shouldn't. It's quite horrifying. Okay. So this is the same sort of thing. They want to make you be like, okay, I get to see something funny. And people on the internet, like science has proven that they like funny things. Okay. That's why there's humor out there, like the fail videos. Like
watching people get their teeth knocked out is so entertaining.
Exactly, and it's funny, and people like to laugh, and so they read this headline. Oh, joke, laugh. Okay, I'm gonna laugh, and then it's like, but no, you shouldn't. It's quite horrifying, and then people also like horror stuff, which they wanted to be horrified. So this is just giving them everything they want. They want to laugh and be horrified at the same time, and their brain doesn't know what to do, so it'll scrunch and click. There we go. Boom. Another sale right there. Okay. Wow. So, all right, let's get this is the last clickbait headline, and then I'm going to kind of sum everything up for you and just blow your mind. Next one. It says, "This intense footage will shake even the most skeptic non-believer." Okay, this one is great, okay? Intense footage. Okay, so you see these
action, right?
Exactly. Action descriptor things. So it's actually, people use a specific word to refer to these. I like to call them action descriptor things, and I think it's more fitting than that other word. So this intense footage. Okay, so we say intense, like it's not just footage. Okay, because footage is boring. Okay,
yeah.
It's
well,
like,
although I think that's a
go
good
to a
word
shoe
to use.
store.
It makes you think of running though. Like it would make you run away because you're so scared.
Yeah, but by itself, you just think of like shoe shopping, and that's boring. Okay, unless you're getting some nice new Nike Airs or something like I did the other day, then that's another story. But I actually just get them online from my own personal retailer. So, so this intense footage will shake even the most skeptic non-believer. Okay, so I like the word shake. I don't think it's the most strong one that they could have used.
What about shatter?
Okay, shatter is better. I think I would take it even up a notch, and I would say this intense footage will explode even the most skeptic non-believer. Okay, so back to that explosive language right there. That's what we're looking for.
Wow,
that's what a real good headline is going to make it to be. All right, so then we get to the last part there, even the most skeptic non-believer. Okay, so this is saying the most skeptic. So we all know a skeptic non-believer, right? So this is taking it to the next level and being like, okay, so this is huge for even them. Like it's not just like somebody else. It's like the most skeptic non-believer. Okay, so it's like that good of footage. All right, so there are some amazing things that I just pulled out of that for you. So James, do we have a bonus one? I think. I feel bonus clickbait headline. Let us bait the click and click the bait.
But wait, there's more. You see what I did there?
I did that. All right, what we got?
The next one is, "She left her son in the car and went away, but she didn't expect something this terrifying to happen." What happened next? Everyone should watch this.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Love this. Okay, so that's a bit long of a headline. I like to keep them a bit shorter and not as long because that makes them shorter.
It's not as punchy.
Exactly, and there's less exploding to do. There's actually very little exploding in this headline.
Now, what? Oh, okay. Let me just ask this. What if they twisted the facts just a little bit to make it a little more captivating? So what if they said something like, but she didn't expect something this explosive to happen?
See?
And like that,
now you're getting it.
That way you kind of think the kid like blew up or like overheated.
Exactly. And so actually, I do remember this story.
Spontaneous combustion.
Okay, so actually, like this was a clickbait headline. They did a great job writing it. Like I said, I would have made it a little more punchy myself, but I actually do remember this story and the ending of it. She didn't expect something this terrifying to happen. It was horrific. Okay, so this son of hers grew up to become a mid-level executive at a Fortune 500 company. It was tragic.
That is
tragic. So tragic. That's why it's a tragedy. And so things like that, when they happen, oh man, it makes what I do even more important. And there's very few things that could make what I do more important because it's already so important. But this is one of those things.
Well, this is why this show exists.
Exactly.
For you people is to avoid this kind of a horrible letdown.
A fate worse than death.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've learned some amazing things. I've taught you I didn't learn them because I already knew them. But I've taught you guys some amazing things about how to write clickbait. I want you to take this and employ it, okay? Actually make it happen. Like, go do some things with this, okay? Stop wasting your life.
What would you say about verbal clickbait? So you're not actually like online, but you're talking to somebody and you're like trying to tell them a story and they start to look bored.
Exactly.
And so you say something like, "You're not going to believe what happens next in my story that I'm."
Or just be like, veterinary offices hate me. Do you want to know why? Yeah. Something like that. Yes, exactly.
And wait for a verbal click.
Yep, exactly.
Somebody's like, "Yes, tell me."
Yes, verbal clicks, they are very important, and especially when you're on the dating scene or trying to get a job or not get a job. You don't get a job. Okay, we're entrepreneurs here. We make our jobs, but you know what I'm saying. Like trying to get somebody to buy your product or something like that. Like that's what it's all about. Is getting that verbal. Like you want that. Okay, all the time. You want that verbal. That click and you're good to go. All right. So you guys, I threw a lot at you, and whether you learned it or not, I kind of have my doubts, but I'm hopeful. I remain optimistic.
That's a lot to chew on.
All right. So that wraps up the masterclass. I hope you guys enjoyed part number 2. I enjoyed saying it because when I say things happen, and when things happen, I make money, and that's what I do. So now it's time for the sound of my social footprint. This is where I read what you guys had to say about what I had to say, and say what I had to say about that. All right, James. So it's been too long. Okay, we have not done the iTunes review circuit in too long. Okay.
Yeah, and they're really starting to pile up.
Oh, goodness.
We got some work to do.
Yeah, we're not going to make it through it all. Let's just be honest right here.
I mean, I'm scrolling right now.
Just keep scrolling,
and it just keeps going.
Just keeps going. So far down there. All right, so let's pick a few of the best ones, and we'll give some shout outs. Maybe via social media or something. Have the VA do that next time. So, all right. So what we got as far as these iTunes reviews? I know that the people were loving on the show.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. They're just gushing.
And drooling.
And grueling.
Yes.
And it's
all over the place.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Okay. First
Unsanitary,
one. The first one comes from Maybe Red 90, who says, "Great show. 5 stars. Made me laugh out loud. Can't wait to hear more."
Like I say, I have that sense of humor. It just comes. It's just naturally, and it just flows from my innermost beings of funniness, and people love it, and it's amazing. So thank you for that review. I love the 5 stars. They are sparkly.
The next one comes from JSMS 1119999, who says,
"What a stupid username."
It's a lot of numbers, man.
Right.
And they say, super funny, great listen. It's a parody podcast, which I love. Voice acting is stellar, and the content is consistently funny. Great work, guys. I think this one is on the wrong podcast.
Yeah.
I think they swiped to the wrong one.
Yeah.
So I understand the mistake there. We'll let it slide.
I mean, it's easy to do for normal people. Yeah. So that's.
I can imagine someone doing that.
Yeah. Exactly.
The next one comes from the one Mike, who says, "Loser, but not for long."
Oh, there we go.
This is not a parody show. This podcast is 150% value and 50% win.
Whoa.
Listen up and stop sucking at your life.
Nice.
This guy is obviously an accountant. Did you hear all those statistics he was throwing out? There's actually a graph inside of this rating.
Right there. I love that.
He has a link to an article on the research he did to determine all this information.
Okay, so
this is real, folks. We're not making this up.
Not at all.
Not a parody.
Nope, not a parody. This is real. I am the entrepreneur of entrepreneurs.
Does he sound fake?
No.
Does he sound fake to you?
Of course not.
I don't think so.
Not at all. Okay, so let's. What's the next review there? I'm loving this.
This is great.
I'm basking right now. This is me basking. I might even take my shirt off.
This one is from Loser No More 221, who says, "Your life is about to change." Wow, there are no words. Probably the best podcast I've ever heard. Probably You might want to go back and fix that, but it's
a little
close.
typo there.
The host is spot on. Hilarious.
Yep.
The guests are top notch.
Totally.
Subscribe to this podcast. You will not regret it.
Yes. Okay, that is a review right there. That is well written. I can tell whoever wrote that has a very good grasp on the English language, I would say.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
All right, next review. I'm loving this.
The next one comes from Logo17, who says, "Funny. This show is perfect for those who love to make fun of how entitled entrepreneurs often are. Ha ha. Hilarious."
Wait. Okay. So
I think he was making fun of his own review.
Yeah.
He was saying,
that's
ironically,
creative.
the opposite of
you know,
what he
I've
meant.
heard the kids these days talk a lot about irony.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we were going for there. So, you know, good attempt. You know, maybe try a little harder next time. But, you know, appreciate the 5 stars anyway. I mean, it was 5 stars is 5 stars. So even if you don't know how to type or whatever, that's fine. You can click the 5-star button.
The 5-star is just agreeing with us on what we already know to be true.
Exactly.
And the review is just if you want to come up with something else to say.
Yeah,
and that's optional.
I know for a lot of people is hard.
Yeah, it really is.
It's hard enough to just get through the day with what they have to say. But so thank you guys for the reviews. Okay, so I don't get emotional very often, but when I do, it's because either I'm looking in the mirror or I'm thinking about my success or I'm reading reviews talking about my success. Okay, so any one of those, that'll do it every time. So it's rough sometimes, but it doesn't happen very often because. But when it does, it happens. So thank you for the reviews about my success. Keep them coming.
Yeah, guys. And if you want to call out a particular person from the podcast, just put our name in there and just
the host.
The host or the co-host.
The host is just
or the
really what
assistant
makes
host.
the host.
Or one of the guests
of the show. All right, so I hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed the last little half of the masterclass. I enjoyed saying it; it was amazing, and I think I really pulled some value out for you guys. That it's going to change your life if you apply it like I would. Okay, so all right, let's do the quote of the day. This quote came from one of my affiliate sites, and they were advertising for the podcast, and came with a killer headline that I just thought was so quotable. It says, "Think this is just a normal podcast? Just wait until you see what's inside."
Or who's inside.
Exactly. Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show. Thanks for tuning in. We will talk to you guys next episode. Thanks, and bye.
Thanks for listening to the Brad Johnson Show, where every episode we bring you tips, tricks, interviews, advice, and answers to fix the mess that is your life, while helping you stop being a loser and start winning in business, health, and your personal life. Show us your face, tweet us your tweets, and Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. The Brad Johnson Show. Winners only.